Today in Review This Thing, we're going to review this thing, the FireDisc Original 380 Cooker. This is Adrienne with Review This Thing, and you guys know we love all things outdoors. So when the folks over at FireDisc reached out to see if we would want to test out the original 380 cooker, we were pretty excited. FireDisc did send all of this over, and they are sponsoring this video, but I assure you that never influences our ability to give you our real honest opinions. If you have a FireDisc, comment below and let us know what you think about it, and maybe share your favorite recipe with us. We've been testing it out quite a bit over the past few weeks, so we're ready to tell you what we think. Let's review this thing. As always, we're going to cover the facts. The first part is fit. The disc itself is just over 21.5 inches in diameter, and that bowl shape gives it a 5-gallon capacity, so you really can cook a lot in it. Fully assembled, it sits 3 feet tall, which is about counter height, so you can see that's a really good working height for most people. And the base is about 30 inches at its widest, so that doesn't take up a lot of space either. Plus, the legs are designed to be flexible, so if you're on slightly uneven surfaces, it should still fit pretty level. But one thing that's nice about this FireDisc is that even with that large cooking capacity, it's still very maneuverable. It comes in 3 pieces, which makes transport really easy. You can also purchase what they call a bowl sack to put the disc itself in to make it easier to carry. Then when you're ready to put it together, the legs just nest perpendicular inside each other, so you get that sturdy base we talked about. And even though they're sturdy, the legs are really lightweight. The bowl, however, at just over 20 pounds, does have some solid weight to it, which is what you want because you want it to be heavy duty so it's not going to fall off of its stand. Especially for just Robbie and me, the cooking surface is a great size, plus its maneuverability. We're going to have to give fit a 5 out of 5. Now is the FireDisc Original 380 Cooker as advertised. The main thing they advertise is that it's the #1 ultimate high-end outdoor portable cooking system. There are a few subheadings of that we've mentioned already. Another really cool factor that plays into that is it works on these smaller propane canisters. But you can also purchase a 4-foot adapter hose that you can connect to a larger 20-pound propane tank. So if you're going to leave it in one place for a while, you have that option as well. FireDisc also advertises that you can confidently boil, grill, or fry on the FireDisc. Of course, the first step in any of that is lighting it. It has a sure flame burner on the bottom, and you actually just use a long lighter that doesn't have an ignition switch that you have to push 10 or 15 times to get it started. And as soon as you light that burner, the disc starts heating up. I will say, as with most things, it takes some practice to figure out the cooking temperatures and where to put the items on the disc. The first batch of burgers we made, I think we just got too hot, burned them pretty good, they were fairly dry. But the next couple batches have been very tasty. The chili we made in it came out really good. I do want to point out though that it's not something, at least in our experience, that you're going to slow cook. Even on low, it was boiling in the middle, and if we left it alone too long, it started to stick. So it's more something you're going to get going and stir continuously until it's ready. Probably a total of 30 to 45 minutes from start to finish, it was ready to eat. Now here is where I really would like your guys' help. It says you can do a low country boil. It has a steam grate, and you put the ingredients and just boil the water under it. If you've done it, let us know. We also haven't yet tried deep frying, but hopefully with it being turkey season, we're gonna get to make some turkey nuggets soon. Another thing they advertise is that cleanup only takes 1 minute. After we made the chili in it, just sprayed it down with the water hose, and then Robbie did use a scrubbing pad, but it did clean up really well. Another time we made burgers in it, we tried their other method, which is to put ice water in it, cool it down and spray it down, and that seemed to work really well to get it clean. So overall, I feel like the original 380 cooker does what FireDisc says that it should. I am going to take a little bit off because I do wish there was a way to get the temperature low enough to slow cook things like stew or chili. Other than that, we're going to give, as advertised, a 4.8 out of 5. Now onto construction and durability. The FireDisc Original 380 cooker is made of heavy-duty, ultra-high carbon steel, and it's high-heat powder-coated to protect it from outdoor elements as well as the heat. The bottom of it does turn black and kind of bubble up that coating, but on their website they assure you that the 11-gauge high-carbon steel cannot burn a hole through it, so I hope that's true. The high heat rubber grips on the disc handles don't get hot at all. There are rubber cleats on the legs up top to keep the disc in place. There's also rubber on the bottom that's going to keep your legs from moving around too much. The design of the disc is pretty cool because you season it similar to cast iron. When you first get it, you just wash it out with soap and water, and they say this is the only time you'll use soap on it. Then after that, you follow their seasoning procedure, which involves getting it really hot, adding oil and coating it, then letting it cool off, and you can do that 3 or 4 times. After that, each time you cook with it, you just rinse it out and then add a little bit of oil, and that's going to keep it seasoned. With the shape of the disc and the size of the burner, there are actually 3 heating rings. The inside can get up to about 600 degrees, they say, and then there's a middle ring and then an outer ring, which is more in that 1 to 200 range. What that helps with is if there are things that need to cook at different temperatures, you can place them on different spots on the disc. Or if you've cooked something, you can then move it out to the edge to just keep it warming while you're cooking something else. The only thing I don't like about that is how hot the middle got whenever we're making the chili. The other aspect of the heat rings that's a little challenging is if you're trying to cook a lot of, say, burgers, because you have to get them all close to the middle and they're not super evenly cooked. We found ourselves not only having to flip the burger, but also rotate them so all parts of it were getting cooked the same. I also don't really think you could cook pancakes on it because I feel like the batter would run down. As far as durability, we've only had it a couple months, so we can't tell you long term. They do have a 5-year warranty, or you can purchase a 10-year protection plan. Overall, we like the design and construction of the FireDisc. There are a few little nuances that we're gonna have to get used to, especially in regard to those heat rings, but I think once we get that figured out, it's gonna be even more fun to cook on. So I'm gonna take a little bit off for that and give construction and durability a 4.8 out of 5. Now onto testimonials and reviews. Big picture, the FireDisc Original 380 cooker gets great reviews and pretty high scores. But I wanna tell you the complaints people have. One complaint that I saw a few different spots was the burner didn't get hot enough to heat up the whole disc. That was several years ago, and they have said that they've upgraded their burner, so maybe they fixed that problem. A couple other people said the flame was too weak and the wind helmet didn't really keep wind from affecting it. We haven't seen that. As I told you, the center got pretty hot on low, so I'm not sure what the origin of that was. Somebody else complained that there's really only 6 to 7 inches of useful cooking area. I talked about with our burgers how we had to rotate them. The outside does still get warm and can cook. It's just not gonna be that searing temperature you may be looking for. Another person complained that it rusted. They talk about that on their website some, about the importance of keeping it oiled and keeping it covered if you're in a really salty environment or a really humid environment. And then a few other people complained about things not coming with it. It does not come with the lid, which is something I would say you need. And then it doesn't come with that adapter hose if you want to use it with a 20-pound tank. And people just didn't like paying for the grill and then having to buy other things to go with it. But I want to tell you the score that we found. So overall, testimonials and reviews gets a 4.5 out of 5. Now finally, should you buy this thing? As usual, it very much depends on what you're looking for. If you want it for pancakes or omelets, then again, maybe something that's completely flat would be better for you. If you want to be able to fry, steam, cook stews, things like that, as well as do some grilling, then you should definitely take a look at the FireDisc, especially if portability is an important factor as well. Now, as far as price, the original 380 cooker is about $330. You can buy some bundles that are gonna have things like the lid, that adapter hose for $500 to $600. As a few people mentioned, that's definitely not cheap, but it seems as though real quality cookers that are out there these days, none of them are cheap. So it really boils down to what you want your cooker to do, how you plan on using it most, and of course, how much money you want to spend. We've really enjoyed cooking on it so far. I like that we can make the chili in it, still grill enough burgers for Robbie and me, and then the potential of that low country boil pizza and the portability. I'm gonna take a little bit off because I would love to make pancakes on it, and mainly till we figure out how to work all those nuances of the heating circles. So because of that, we're gonna give Should You Buy This Thing a 4.8 out of 5. Hey, thanks for watching our FireDisc Original 380 cooker video. While you're here, like it, comment, share it with your friends. Tell us what you think about yours. Head over to our website, reviewthisthingtv.com, subscribe to our newsletter, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a new video every Sunday. You don't want to miss those. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X.